What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining me today. We all deal with overwhelm on some level or another. And the difference between falling under the pressure or just going to the flip side of being reactive and putting out fires everywhere and running like a chicken with your head cut off is learning how to master your physiology. So let's talk about overwhelm. I'm going to drop into two perspectives of overwhelm. The first perspective is our physiology. The second perspective is mind training. So the first, physiology, what happens when we get stressed out? Cortisol, adrenaline, right? Get activated, and from there, our heart rate increases. Then our brain, our prefrontal cortex, begins to function a little bit less efficiently because now the blood is moving to the muscles, right? And that tension in our body serves a good survival purpose because if we see a tiger, we want to be able to run, right? But what happens is in modern day, most of our issues come from mental stress, right? And so that one tiger, that one, project that you're dealing with, now you get an email, you get a phone call, you read something about the destruction of the rainforest, which totally breaks my heart, all right? And then I get stressed out. And that one tiger becomes 10 tigers in our mind. And now we're stressed and we don't know what to do. So in that moment, having a very simple and specific practice to connect to our breath, because the breath rate controls our heart rate and controls our brain state, okay? That's the first key, is having a simple practice. And I have many practices on this YouTube channel, but I want to break it down in a more simple way. When we go into that fight or flight, not only are we kicking up these stress hormones, this concoction of stress hormones, but then our ability to discern, our ability to make choices, right, intelligently goes down. So having a practice that brings you back to your center within seconds is key. Now, number two, the mind. How many of you go throughout your day, with a sense of urgency? I've got a wife and family, and I run a business, so I can get pretty stressed out, and I'm sure you also can get pretty stressed out dealing with the many facets of life. So what has helped me, especially in the last year, is having very clear priorities that connect to my values. Okay, so one of my top values is spiritual growth and development, which would include psychology and emotional well-being and physical fitness, right? So if you don't have some kind of regular physical practice or meditation practice where you know how to clear and cleanse that energy, then you're going to accumulate the stress hormones in your body, and it's going to lead to tightness, stiffness, aches, pains, brain fog, because you're not able to clear those stressful hormones out of your system, okay? And your body becomes inflamed. But in the second thing that I'm talking about is you don't have the mind training, the discipline to show up every day to your practice for whatever reason, because you think you're too busy. But we know that all the most successful people in the world make time, create time to do a practice, whether it be physical or some kind of breathwork or meditation, right? So this is my invitation to you to begin a regular practice, whatever it may be. Start with 5 minutes, make it easy, build your confidence over time, okay? Make that incremental progress that I learned from my boy Alexander Ford. Thank you so much. Had such an amazing time recently visiting Canada. And the reason why this second part, right? So the first part we talk about physiology and a practice. The second part is that mind training, that discipline, that commitment to yourself to show up and set priorities. Who do you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years? How do you want to live your life? What do you want to experience? Not only in your business, but in your personal life, in your romantic relationships, for your kids, for your purpose. What do you want to give to the world? Ask those questions now today. Write it down as if it exists now. I am in a loving relationship. I'm serving my purpose. And I'm feeling joy, confidence, love, passion, whatever the case may be. Write it down as if it exists today. And now you're going to start to have a more clear North Star. Okay? Then from there, you reverse engineer it. You're like, okay, this year, the theme for this year, all right, this is what I'm focusing on. Then you break that down into each quarter. And we know that whether you got a physical training goal, or if you look at nature, transformation happens, like true transformation, at least 3 months. I think a lot of people are in such a rush to change, to break through, and then they miss the incremental progress. They forget to have gratitude for the steps they've already made, and then they lose sight of that bigger vision, or that clear priority, and they begin to say yes to things that really isn't in alignment with their heart and their values, right? Because it's easier to say yes than it is no. So this is also your permission slip to say no. Say no to your friends. Say no to your family, right? Say no to those distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode. Don't check your email and your text messages every 3 minutes. Focus your mind, right? And we know that the current attention span is getting shorter and shorter, and it's about maybe 8 to 10 seconds, which is that of a goldfish. So those of you who learn how to harness your mind, focus your chi, have a physical practice to clear the cortisol, and have the discipline to start your day looking at those top priorities for the next 3 months. What big change in your business or in your personal life or in your physical health you want to make in the next 3 months? Write that shit down right now. Okay? How do you want to feel? Who do you want to be? And then let that be your guiding post. And if it doesn't align with that goal, say no. No, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go out tonight for the next 3 hours. Or no, I'm not going to have that meeting, right? Or no, I'm not going to, whatever the case may be, right? Begin to feel confident in yourself. Say no, and know that that's the most beautiful gift of self-love you can give yourself, is saying no. All right, so do that. And if you got some value from today, please subscribe, share it with your friends, leave a comment, let me know how you're doing. And remember, we're going to do a 3-day challenge, spiritual warriorship, and giving you these specific practices to help really refine those priorities and learn to master your physiology. Have a blessed day. Much love.